Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to another Fritzy Faves, Fails, and Meh video. For those of you who might notice, this is the same makeup that I wore in the video preceding this one, but I got food on me and had to change shirts. You guys remember a while back, I did this thing for Comfy Temp. They're a company that makes that belt, you know, has the massager in it and the heat. And so many of you bought that and love it also. And my mom really loves it. It really helps her out and stuff. Anyway, you know, I mean, I'm a prime candidate for them to ask to do things like that because I am a chronic pain patient and I am in back pain pretty much all day. So they asked me if I wanted to review their TENS unit. So they have this TENS unit, and actually they have other ones coming out now that work with Bluetooth, which would be awesome if you're constantly catching wires on things with your TENS unit. Anyway, you guys know that I use this TENS unit, the TENS unit 7000, and I have used this for literally years, and it's old. Comfy Temp asked me if I wanted to give their TENS unit a whirl, and so I'm going to tell you what I like and don't like about this TENS unit. Let me show it to you first. Comes in this velvet bag. It's more compact and sleeker, not as old looking as my old 7000. And it came with a whole bunch of different size pads. I have used them all. Okay, so these are the only ones I have left. Lead wires, of course, and then this paper tape that we used to use at the hospital on old people because it don't tear their skin. So anyway, with this unit, all you do is on the side, you have an on button. You use the menu button to get through the different things. So right now it's on DIY. You can go to TENS. You can go to EMS, which is electric muscle stimulation. I'm not going to use that, but you could, you know, if you needed to help rehab some muscles or whatever. But I like this setting DIY. So at the settings I currently have it on, it behaves like my other one, which is that it is continuous. I don't like bursts. This is set at 20 minutes, but you can hold down the menu button on a long press and change it to go up to an hour. So that's what I do. A con for that is that I have to do that every single time. If I don't change it every single time, it goes back to the 20. One thing I don't like about this that I do like about this, when this goes off, it goes beep, 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 until you shut the stupid thing off. And I hate that because you could be driving down the road and you can't like get to it to shut it off. So you got the beep, 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 beep going on, and it's annoying everyone in the car with you. I like that the on button is on the side. You just turn it down like that and it's on, and then you can hold this button down. It's a lock, and if you watch, if I hold that down, then the lock symbol appears right there, and now I can't accidentally hit the buttons and change the settings. But what I really like about this, first of all, it's an easy shut off. If you just really need to shut it off real quick, just turn it off. This one here, you've got knobs that you have to turn them on and off, and it drives me crazy because I can't get my fingernails in there to turn this on and off. So I really like that about this one. So I've been enjoying this. It is a USB charge, so I just charge it up, and I've been able to use it quite a lot without having to recharge the thing. Now let's talk about these pads. They don't have enough sticky life to them, and that's possibly why they have this paper tape in there. These come off while I'm using them. I prefer this TENS unit with my old pads, but I have to thank Comfy Temp for my new TENS unit because I really do like this thing. Water leak alarm by Honeywell. I had purchased these the last time the water heater went out, and it was a slow leak. So mold grew, and you guys might remember this, it's been 2 or 3 years ago. Mold grew, we had to tear out walls and stuff. Insurance company won't cover it because it's a slow leak, and I'm like, really? Anyway, I bought these Honeywell water leak alarms. It's like smoke alarms except for water, and you just put a 9-volt battery in it, screw this in there, lay it on the floor where your water heater is, or wherever you think you may get water damage. I mean, under the kitchen sink or whatever. Put it down there, and the second that it detects moisture, it goes off. This one here needs to be replaced because I think that the water ruined it, but it was a very small price to pay. What ultimately happened was our house is built on a slab, and underneath the concrete, the water pipes busted. So the floor had to be dug up. I mean, it was a mess. But this thing here saved our house from having water damage again because it went off the second that the water got up to the point where this was. And I can't speak highly enough for this. All right, let's move into hair care and talk about this Derma E Scalp Relief Shampoo that I keep giving to everyone. I bought this one. They send me stuff, okay, because I'm on their PR list. And they have sent this and the conditioner to me so many times that I had so many of them around here that some of you have received them. And when I've done a giveaway, I just put extra stuff in the box. And so I would send this off with some of you in case you need it. Well, one of the people that I gave one of these bottles of shampoo to was my sister, in case they wanted to try it or use it. And I think I'd only ever tried this one time when they sent it to me. And I thought, but I have, you know, more expensive shampoos that I want to focus on. Something that I'm using recently has been giving me these like red, painful bumps, like pimples on your scalp. You know, I mean, I get one every now and then, but recently I got a lot of them, and I won't leave them alone, right? I've got to pick at them and everything else. Well, I remembered that my brother-in-law fell in love with this shampoo, and the reason is because of those pimply red things on your scalp. And he loves it, and he's constantly asking me, hey, did they send you any more of that shampoo? Don't forget, if you get that shampoo, you know, because he really likes it. So I thought, all right, I'm going to give this a shot. So I purchased this. Look, I've only used that much of it, and my scalp is already cleaned up. All right, now let's talk about some makeup, and this is part of the makeup I just did right before this. So I've only used these things one time, but I already know how I feel about these things right now. My opinion will not change by further use. This Give Beauty Pick It Up, and this is their contour and bronzer duo. This one's in Heatin Up. Now it does remain to be seen whether or not I like it more than I like my Patrick Ta. And the bronzer, I wish it was bigger because that's probably the most natural bronze that I've got, and I don't have to worry about getting excess like I do almost every other bronzer I use. So I mean, I just love how this looks on my skin. I also used these two things for the first time today. This I love, and this I do not. This isn't a meh, this is a fail. I don't like this mascara by LYS, the Lash Confidence. It's very peculiar. It does not coat my entire lash. It like coats the bottom and the tip, but not the middle, as if I were to use an eyelash curler on it afterwards. You know, the no-no that I talk about, you know, and it broke it off. That's what it looks like. It's already flaking. It's not even to the end of the day. So I don't like this mascara. And this foundation, so beautiful. I love it. It's Givenchy's Prisme Libre Skin Care Glow Foundation. I have this in 2-C180, and I think it's just gorgeous. It's been hours now since I applied this. I think it looks exactly like it did when I put it on. Does my foundation look like a big old heavy foundation, or does it look like my skin? Because I think it looks like my skin. I love this. I'm going to be pining for this now, but I have to use something else for a month, and I'm going to stay true to that. But you can bet your sweet bibby that next month this is coming into that basket to use for a whole month, and I think I'm going to love every single day I use it. We're going to talk about this Stands Out sponge. I've only used this 4 times now, and I have some thoughts. First of all, it's like memory foam out of the couch. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like I cut up a couch cushion, and it is so soft. Look, it's like, surprise. You know, I don't remember who told me this. I'll try to look it up. But I remember when this first came out, and I thought, no, that costs too much money for that sponge. I don't pay that for sponges. But I have heard about it so much over the years since it's come out. And one of you said it, and I finally thought, okay, I'm going to do it. I bet I should have known better because I know me, and I know what happens with every sponge I use, except for the Beauty Blender and that cheap $5 e.l.f. sponge that I use. Those 2 sponges are the only sponges that I've never tore up, and I mean quick. If you give me a Real Techniques, you know, the orange one with the slant, I love the feel of that thing. I love the way it puts on makeup. But the first time I use it, you know, when I wash it, because I wash a sponge every single time I use it, the first time, I've already tore it up. And the first time I used this, I already tore it up. Can you see? I'll tell you exactly how I do it. When I wash a sponge, what I do is I get soap all on the outside of it, and then I take, and I'm going to do this with the e.l.f. sponge so I don't rip this up more. I get it wet, and then I swirl it around in the soap, and then under the faucet, I do this. You see what I'm doing with my thumb? I do that. I'm rough. And I will tear it, okay? If it's not this sponge or a beauty blender, and I can tear up a beauty blender quicker than it's supposed to. This is the only sponge, actually, that has never tore up on me. I am rough. And I tore this the first time that I washed it. I'm gonna give it a meh. It's not a complete fail, okay, because it's a wonderful sponge. It puts on makeup, delightful, but it's a little big for my face. Up around my forehead, my eyebrows and stuff is just too big for me, even though it squishes down really good and you can get like into places with it and stuff. The person who told me to get it told me you can use this dry. I could see how you could do that. But if you're like me, this is not gonna hold up. We're gonna see how long it takes me to just really rip the crap out of it. I mean, I'm trying to be easy with it. Since I ripped it on the first day, I'm trying to be easy with it, but I think I'll tear it up. And I don't know, I might cut it in half. I'll let you know somewhere along the way how long it took me to actually obliterate this poor little sponge. Editing Mary here. This is day 6. And as you can see, there are holes on all sides of the sponge now. And based on the rate of deterioration, I'd say that I can maybe get 2 more times of use out of this before I'd just pitch it. The sponge is $20. So if I used it 8 times, then I've paid $2.50 for each day I used it. And that's not cost effective. So I'll go back to the sponge that I've never tore up, which is that e.l.f. one. But that said, if you're not a sponge wrecking machine like I am, then you might like how this applies and how soft and squishy it is. I mean, surely it doesn't do this to everybody, or I think the company would be out of business by now, but it's a definite fail for me. Some of you are probably going, really?
Really?
Are you going to talk about that stupid Bi-Facil again? Yeah, I am. Look at that. For years, I've been telling you that this is it. As far as eye makeup removers are concerned, this is it. And if you're a mature person, this is what you need to be using, because others are just a little bit too harsh. You have to work too hard. And there's a reason why this is an award-winning eye makeup remover and has been for as long as I can remember. However, this is pretty expensive stuff, right? I mean, this bottle's $75. I think. I'm pretty sure this was $75. Now, I hit a family and friends sale and saved 30% on it, but you know, you pay a pretty penny. I happen to think it's worth it. But people come to me all the time and they tell me, Mary, try this makeup remover, try this one. And I have tried so many. And there aren't any that are this. And neither are the 2 I'm going to show you. However, that said, if I didn't have the money to put down for this, if I couldn't hit a sale and I needed it, I could get by with one of these 2. Both of these were told to me by you. Now, the first version is from L'Oreal, but it's not the blue bottle. It's the green one. I tried the blue one a long time ago, and no, it is not this. And then someone said, no, the green one. This one is a dupe for this. This leaves a more oily residue than this. So like when I take my makeup off with this, it takes it off real nice and easy, but it leaves all this oily residue behind that I feel like I need to then take micellar water and wipe off. But it does a very good job of taking off your makeup, and it actually does take it off with no tugging. And that's one of the reasons I love this, is that it takes it off so well without pulling or tugging. If I could not get this for some reason, I would not cry if I had to use this. If you're not from around here, you don't even understand what a big conceit it is for me to actually tell you something other than this. And the other one I need to play with more. But so far, the Nivea Makeup Expert did a good job. Didn't leave me too oily. And I really like that it also has a hole at the top because I'm a klutz. This just in. I almost threw this segment completely out because I found it. I found the one that I feel is close enough to dupe Bi-Facil. Yeah, you heard me right. It's brand new, just out by that same company that keeps going around duping all the high-end stuff. Yep, e.l.f. e.l.f.'s new Holy Hydration Makeup Remover is close enough. Not in ingredients, but action-wise, for me to substitute for my Bi-Facil. These other two, they're good, okay, but this takes off makeup in the same amount of time, doesn't pull or tug, feels exactly the same on my skin afterwards as the Bi-Facil does. The only visual difference that I can see is that it's slightly tinted blue, like the Nivea, but very slight. But it feels exactly like Bi-Facil. It's also only $7 for 4.3 ounces. Since this was filmed, I actually have used the Nivea 3 times now, and so I feel like I can rate these for you, so here goes. First, definitely goes to e.l.f. I can't tell the difference. Second goes to Nivea, even though it's higher priced, because it doesn't feel oily under my eyes. But it's not better than e.l.f. because while it doesn't make my skin feel dry per se, it doesn't feel hydrated like e.l.f. or Lancome. And last, of course, goes to L'Oreal, which, like I said, is still not something I'd kick out of my life, but I don't like how oily it feels under my eyes. Let's pick our winners for the two blessed palettes. We'll do the light first and then the deep. And yeah, before anybody points it out, I know I could have pick another winner, but I actually forgot I had two winners to pick. Congratulations, ladies. Please email me at glitzyfritzy@gmail.com and give me your address so I can get these in the mail to you. It's time for us to part ways for today, but I'll see you again. I do want to let you know before you get out of here that you're the best part of the Fritzy family. I love you. I really do. Come and get your hug. Come here. Come here. I want to hug you. I want to squeeze you. All right? And if you guys aren't feeling like you're being blessed, all you got to do is go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Okay, is that I forgot. What did I like about this one? Do you guys remember? Well, the other day I had this and I turned it on and I was holding these stupid things going, For 2 days after that, my hands tingled. What I don't like, PETA! You can be mean to these, all right? PETA, why? There goes the TENS unit now, you idiot. And that sent me down a whole rabbit hill. A rabbit hill? Did it send you down a rabbit hill? And now, since we are talking about hair, I want to lead into long, beautiful hair. That's what I got. This is a wig. I really have long, beautiful hair. This is like a Pac-Man thing. It's not really, but we can pretend. Waka 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 waka. I think my son is cooking bacon and eggs. I smell bacon. I love bacon. I love eating pigs. You shake it up and you move it all around. You do the Bi-Facil and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.